Molweni Yella Namkelekile Kui YouTube channel Yam. Get to know me today. I'm doing the highly anticipated Q&A video. Sorry that I took so long to post it. Ever since I found out I was pregnant, I've been so unproductive and lazy, and the pregnancy was like a nice excuse for why I'm feeling like that, of which obviously it is why I was feeling like that, but it made me feel less stressed about it. But this video has been bothering me, and I told myself I will make it this weekend, which leads me to my first question. Are you pregnant? Yes, I am. Almost done with the first trimester. I have been posting about it on TikTok. However, I want to make a point of not changing the vibe of my TikTok, the content. I don't want to just now post pregnancy stuff every day, all day. Which is making me a little bit more selective. I think I'm overthinking it a bit. I must just go with the flow. But for now, yeah, I did announce it on TikTok and we are very excited. A few people also asked if my YouTube channel is now monetized, because I struggled to get the post I was supposed to get to like confirm with Google that I live here. I never got the post, but luckily after a lot of emails and contacting them, I don't know, somehow I didn't expect it. One day it was just monetized and I got the notification that I would get my money from the few months that I didn't get paid, but luckily the money still accumulated and I never lost anything. So yes, I am monetized. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you everyone for asking and being just as worried as I am. Do I love pets and will I get one in the future? I actually don't like pets. It's just like the maintenance and the hair. It's just I'm not saying people who have pets don't have clean homes. That's not what I'm saying. I think for me, I'll just struggle with a pet and wanting to keep everything like clean and perfect and feeding them. There's just like, I don't like the smell of pet food. It's just like a bunch of things that might be controversial, but yeah, I don't really mind pets. I like humans, so I'll have a lot of babies to make up for the pets that I don't have. I like wild animals, like going on game drives and stuff, but I'm fine with not having a pet at home. How many siblings do you have? Me and Umyeniwam. I have 2 siblings. We are 3 sisters. And Umyeniwam has like 7. Sihle! Oh, you didn't have to come. I was gonna talk to you through the window.
I'm not outside.
Oh, how many siblings do you have? Oh, the shoes in my video. Hectic. The shoes are in my
6. 8.
Like 8 siblings. Did he pay laola for me? No, he didn't. I think I almost made a video about this. If I didn't, I will make a video about this again. It is like a long story and I don't want to like turn this video into a whole why he didn't pay laola story. But long story short, my family being on the receiving side, who obviously they don't do or believe in laola, and even though maybe they were made aware of it, they were informed about it, they still chose to not put my husband under almost that financial pressure, because we've already been living together and it would have affected both of us. As soon as we could almost afford to get married, we did it, so that would have just been like another expense. Plus, in terms of my family being on the receiving side, like I said, it's not something they believe in or understand. Even if you explain it to them to their core, they don't understand. It's not something they practice. So for them, they didn't want to receive laola or go through the negotiations. And even though it's tradition, and tradition is almost like a performance, which is like a real performance, like you perform a tradition, you perform a ceremony, I think for my family it would have been, the meaning wouldn't have been behind the performance, so it would have just been a performance for them. So I think the whole thing for them was just like, no, it's really okay. Umyeniwam has already proved to my family by then that he can look after me and support me. So it was still, that was still there, having to prove that. Plus he did phone my father and ask my mother, both my parents, if he can ask me to be his wife. So we did in a way follow some of the things, and the meaning was still there, but the actual handing over of the cash never happened. Do you use your husband's surname, and what are your clan names? Yes, I use my husband's surname. I'm Mrs. Dambuza. And the clan names, and if you follow my TikTok, you'd be disappointed now to know that I don't remember the clan names. Ndlovu and the endless Umalusi. That's all I remember. Sihle! I say you. Hi.
Because you call me so much. Like, rather come
This
to
is
me.
the second time. What are the clan names again? I know it's in Ndlovu, blah blah blah, Umalusi. Yeah, thank you. I can't repeat that because I don't know the middle part. Okay, the next question I also get a lot, and it's like a valid, interesting question. I want to know why you stay with your sister, and if she's not confining your space, maybe. Someone else asked a similar question. I would like to know, is your husband happy to stay with your sister? Because in our culture it's rare. So she doesn't live with us, and even though she moves out now, maybe you're thinking, because I posted she moved out. Even before she moved out, she didn't live with us. We stay, hi, that's her. We stay in the same complex as my mom, and she lives with my mom because they only moved to Joburg last year. And she just visits us a lot, like especially on the weekends. So like we let her sleep over, and then yeah, we just all eat together and chill together. But she doesn't live with us. Mom is okay with when she's around, like she's not around all the time, and especially now that she's moved out, like we'll see her once a week, like on a weekend, where sometimes maybe we would have seen her during the week. But yeah, there's no issues with that. And also to comment on that, culturally, I do think, like I said, that cultures and families are different. Obviously I think in all the cultures we have families where people stay together in whichever dynamic, but my family and my culture that I know of, it's also rare for like different family dynamics to live together. Like it won't just be that your auntie is living in the house with you or something like that. So same, it's also quite rare with us. How did your families react to your relationship? Fine. I was scared. I told my family first and I was scared, but my mom was like, you're being like, why are you so scared? It's really fine. And then it wasn't even a thing. I think I made it more of a thing than anyone else, trying to be like, hey, I have a boyfriend, but, instead of just being like, hey, I have a boyfriend. But I think there is a sense of logic behind why I would feel like I had to say, hey, I have a boyfriend, but like, even though we want these things to be normalized and not a thing, it is a thing. Like when we walk in the shops or whatever, people will look at us or people will say something on social media. So I guess I do understand why I was saying, hey, I have a boyfriend, but his family reacted fine. His family is very chilled. His family found out about me in the start of the year, and then we went there at the end of the year and they were fine. I think they just sometimes like get nervous for the English now that they would have to speak, but I also don't find it like disrespectful when they speak Xhosa, and like anyone will just translate for me. Luckily everything is fine. Do you think you will ever have your own house in a rural area? Well, according to my understanding of a rural area, not even Umyeniwam or his family live, well, the family I visit live in a rural area. So I don't think we're gonna have a home in a rural area. Maybe if you mean if we'll ever have a home in Grahamstown, maybe that is something we sometimes talk about. But like rural area, no, like I'm not even exposed to a rural area when I go to his family. I know there are some family members who stay in the rural area, but when anything happens they come to the main house, which is not in a rural area. So no, I don't think so. How tall are you? I am 1.8, 180 centimeters, 1.8 meters, and I know someone else also asked that. How tall are you guys? We know wifey is taller than hubby. Yes, so I am taller than him. I'm 1.8, and I actually don't know exactly how much he weighs, how tall he is. He doesn't even know, but I would say he's like 176. I always say when he's wearing shoes and I'm barefoot, we're like almost the same height. Next question, Tombi, was your husband the first black person you ever dated? No. For me, like leaving high school, going to university, and just because the neighborhood I grew up in and the high school I attended was all predominantly white, and there wasn't a lot of representation. So going to university and like attending classes and going out with people of color was really like such a different thing, like a foreign thing to me. I couldn't even speak English, so I really enjoyed getting to know like different types of people and whatever. And so when I would eventually have a crush on someone, or yeah, I liked someone, it was never like the race wasn't something I would pick or not pick. It was just, it was there or it was not. Like I've always kind of liked a person for who they are, but I guess I had a type. I have a type. Let me not deny that. What's your name? So my name on my ID is Anika, and my Makoti name is Kungentando. How many kids are you planning to have with Unyeni Wako? Well, let's have this first one and see, because a lot of people change their minds after they had the first one. But if everything allows it, like 3 or 4 would actually be very nice. Are you blending well in each other's families, or does there seem to be a struggle? No struggle at all. The blend is perfect. Even our parents chat on WhatsApp, which is so cute. No, we're luckily so grateful our families get along so well. When we go to Grahamstown, most of the times, this is the first time we didn't, or this is the first time in a long time we didn't go with Sis Nandi, but she even comes with. On that note, the next question, very good question, I saw a few people asked it. Why do you guys book a place and not sleep at your husband's home when we go to Grahamstown? So the previous times, again, even if Sis Nandi came with us, we would stay in my in-laws' home. Like there was this other room and we would just like all stay there. So this was the first time we actually booked and we slept somewhere else. It was just because that room was like renovated and it's now being rented out to a student, because Miss Rhodes University is in Grahamstown, so there was actually no space for us to stay in the house. We also didn't want to put pressure on Umama and Utata to like figure something out, because they're all building flats on the outside, which it's almost done but it's not done. So we didn't want to put any pressure on them, so we just booked a place and told them, hey, we're coming, we have a place, so everything's fine. So usually we would stay at home, but just this time we didn't. The flat should probably be done in December. When we go, then we'll stay there, so then we are at home. What's your least favorite thing about being umakoti? Maybe because I didn't grow up with it and I was introduced to it just like later in my life, and I understand something I have to do and I respect it. I don't really have something that is like my least favorite. Like I just took the whole thing as it came, and because I will leave and then I can then do it my own way, so it's not for me like a huge sacrifice or a big thing at all. I do get that I get to leave, and a lot of makotis don't get to leave. Like for them it's like a weekly everyday thing, and maybe then if I had to be in the same position, maybe I would have also felt like, yo, this is a lot. But obviously I don't know what that feels like because I'm not always there. That's the only thing. But again, it's not my business to change a culture or change people's lives. For the role I'm in, where I go there every few months, I have no complaints. How did you and Sihle meet? We both of us made a YouTube video about it, and I always say on my other videos, like this one now as well, that that video was such a bad amateur video. That's like the first video we made together, and there was a point where like our heads was cut off and the rain took over the sound, like, and I kind of want to delete it but I won't because it just kind of shows where we come from eventually, because I'm still new at this. But we elaborated on there. But basically we met at a house party, and I went to that house party to like get someone else's attention, and then I was trying to like hook him up with my friend who I was with, and then at the end, by the next day, we were just talking, and there was just this thing between us, and we never stopped talking, and we was hanging out every day, and then eventually told each other we like each other. And eventually, yeah, we just took it to the next level, and decided to stay loyal to each other until we got married. So we were never girlfriend and boyfriend officially. He never officially asked me to be his girlfriend. I'm just his wife now. Where did you get your close-up beads from? The ones shown in your wedding pictures. So Uyen Praba Designs in Midrand, they made our wedding attire, and they also then made the beads. So I will post their name somewhere here. You can just find them on Instagram, and yeah, that's where we got the beads from. You once mentioned how much your relationship with Sihle impacts Sis Anandi's love life. Please can you elaborate on that, and how does that make you feel as her sister? So Anandi actually made me aware of this, and now like in retrospect I understand. So it's just in terms of when she goes out to meet new people, or she goes on a date with someone she doesn't know really well, she is always nervous for getting to know the person in terms of the political aspect, like basically are they gonna be racist or not, because she feels that because Sihle's like her brother and she loves him, so she wouldn't be able to date someone who's racist. And it's not just because I'm married to Sihle. For the both of us, before, when we were both single and there was no person of color in our household married into our family, it was still just a thing of we won't date someone who is racist. So it's like a value that she has, or a standard that she has, but even more so now because of her relationship with Sihle. And the part of the question where it's asking how does it make me feel as her sister, I feel fine about it. I feel like I support her. I think in that way we're both very similar, and I'm glad she can like stand up for what she believes in. Like she won't date someone that, for example, again is like a racist, or believe in any hectic things that she doesn't believe in, or that she doesn't believe is right. So like I'm proud of her and I support her, and I think in that way we both have each other's back. Is being a teacher nice? Cute. Yes, I enjoy being a teacher. It was never part of the plan. Like life happened and I had to figure something out, and luckily with my netball background, and I enjoyed high school, I was very open to that, and luckily I had the qualifications, so I'm enjoying it. How is married life? People used to ask this as well just as soon as we got married. We got married December 2023, well actually November 2023, but no one knew, so according to everyone else December 2023, and I always said like it feels the same. Like I think for a bunch of other people who maybe they haven't lived together or whatever and now they get married, I think they can have an answer, but for us, like we've been financially independent, together, living together for a few years before we got married. So getting married, it was just that celebration for and with everyone else, making it official, and then making it official on paper. Like I just wanted his surname. I must say there is a sense of people taking a relationship a little bit more seriously, whereas if you're just dating as an adult, people don't always take your relationship very seriously, so that's nice. I feel more respected. Do you know how to cook umpokonko? And then do you know how to cook steamed breads? The pup one, I'd never make it like hard and crumb like. The way I always used to eat it even before I met Sihle was the soft, like just normal soft pup with butter, sugar and milk. I love it. I haven't made the umpokonko yet. My mum doesn't want pup products. Like, we don't even have pup in the house. I eat more pup than him. So I haven't made it because he hasn't asked me, but I'm sure I can make it. Like, I generally can make things and cook, so I think I'll be able to make it. I just haven't made it because I never had to. And as for the steamed bread, also I've never made it, but I'm sure I can make it. Maybe I will make it soon. Because it's just the dough, and then I'm gonna put the raw dough in my stewy thing, close it in the steam, will bake it, I think. So I wouldn't, like, the answer is not no. I'm sure I can make it, I just haven't made it. Which year was the best and did you love the most? This question reminds me of a year where I kept on saying this was the best year of my life. I think it was the year we moved to Joburg. It was the year we moved to Joburg. We moved in officially. We started working. We got a car, I think, and that was 2021, I think. That was the best year. I think that was like another level of solidifying our relationship and going like to the next level. Okay, those are all the questions I received on the Not Gonna Lie link and on my comments on my post on YouTube. I know, like, on a daily basis there are other comments on TikTok that I receive with questions. I'll make another Q&A video in a few months when a bunch of new questions accumulated, but for now I hope that answered a bunch of your questions, some things you were wondering about, and yeah, just an update. I'm feeling fine, feeling tired. It's very, very, very hot in Joburg this weekend. Pregnancy wise, I don't have any funny symptoms. I haven't had morning sickness, just tired, and I get very nauseous when I don't eat, so I've been eating a lot, so I feel fine pregnancy wise. But otherwise, your Nandi is enjoying her new place, Muni Mum is doing fine, everyone is happy and doing fine, and yeah, thank you for watching.